Let me tell you how very, very appreciative we have been so far to have an opportunity to exchange with you some of these views in reference to how people were able to overcome and et cetera. But let's allow you to continue to do that and to perhaps give our audience some information as to how they might be able to get a copy of this book, because I think it's a very, very good statement in terms of challenges and how people are able to overcome challenges. So let's give you that opportunity now.
Yes. Well, as I was saying earlier, through education, that was my family's slogan, education and training, because my own mother, by her making some choices early on when her husband, my father, became ill, that made the situation better, then that really reinforced to her that her children needed to do some of the same things. And yes, when we would come off to school and others were left behind, and they were still working in the cotton fields, and they would send the money, and yes, sometimes it would be $3 or $4, but you know, you were very glad to get that $3 or $4. And as a matter of fact, my oldest sister, she even worked in the home of a rich family in Belmead. She did that for the first 3 years. She was the very first one to attend TSU from my family, and she lived with that family, babysitting and taking care of certain things around their home to help support her way through school. Now we have grants, we have scholarships, we have the lottery where if they make a certain grade average, I mean, there are all sorts of things open up to young people now to have an opportunity to go to college that we did not have. And back to how to purchase this book, The Tie That Binds Us can be purchased over my website, which is www.dpipublications.com. The book is also sold at Archivalon bookstore and Tennessee State University bookstore. Tennessee State University Africana Studies program is using my other book. This is my second novel, and they're using that. And there is a possibility that Fisk University may use it as well. But I wanted to write this book because I feel like this is not only my story, it's the story of many African Americans in this country.
It's my story as well. Go on.
Yes. I'm kind of going back now, though, to my childhood and the things that my parents taught us. One of the things was to help each other and to help out in the community. I worked with young people for many, many years with the I Have a Future program, and I currently work with the ASK program. And I've told them this, and they just kind of looked. I said, you know, you all who are on probation, because with the ASK program, they're on probation, your probation officer will have you to do community service. But my mother invented community service because she would, of course, have us do things for our neighbors. You might go to town 15 times a day if there were different elders in the community that needed you to do that. If someone was sick, you might go and clean their house or go grocery shopping or whatever was needed. And I'm so glad now for that opportunity. Back then, I used to wonder, why is she keeping us busy doing these things? But now I certainly understand it. And it taught me giving back, to give something back. And we couldn't accept any pay for doing any of this stuff. So that was another thing that I learned, that you don't always get money for what you do. You do it out of the goodness of your heart.
And of course, there's a law in life that will say that regardless of what you do, you will always receive the same thing back. It might come